Hello, me and my bird Sissy, that's the lovebird screaming in the background, that will probably scream all through the entire recording that I'm doing. And also my cockatiel here, Mango, might want to interject a few words along the way. What I thought I would talk about, being that I know absolutely nothing about anything having to do with depression. Actually, I do, because I have it, but I'm not a PhD or an MD or anything, a counselor, a therapist. I'm just normal, ordinary, plain person who has depression. And I used to wonder, in our wonderful English language, there's the word sad and depressed are like interchangeable. Like, oh, I'm really kind of feeling depressed today. I'm down, I'm bummed, I'm sad. It all basically means the same thing. You're feeling down, you're depressed, you're bummed out, whatever. Actually, there's difference between the two words. Sad means an emotion. It's you're sad. Something bad happened, and it's a natural human emotion to feel sad. You maybe lost a friend or a parent or a pet or something that's dear to you, a relationship, heartbreak. That's sad. That's an emotion. It can last a day, it can last a few minutes, it could last a year. My dad died. I was sad about it for a very long time. And it's different for everybody. Depression is a condition, and you can actually have depression and not be sad. You can walk around and feel like you're pretty okay. You don't feel sad, but you have depression, and you can be sad and not have depression. You can be sad for a long time and feel really bad and not have depression. Depression is a chemical imbalance, from what I know. From what I have read, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain or in your body that creates a chemical imbalance in your brain. I don't know. It affects your brain. And a book I'm reading right now that's really, really good, I can't think of the name of the author, but it's called You Are Not Your Brain. And there is something to that. Are you your heart? Are you your lungs? Are you your hand? Why would your brain be you any more than the rest of these things? The brain is just an organ in your head. And what you are is your mind. And your brain, it controls your heartbeat and your breathing. And I'm trying to think of the word. Whatever. Reflexes. I can't think of the words. Forget it. But your brain is it controls you. It keeps you alive. You don't have to constantly remind yourself to breathe or constantly remind your heart to beat. God, I can't think of the name. Oh, it's frustrating me now. Anyway. But that's what your brain is. And your brain also produces thoughts. Your thoughts that go traveling through your head, you really don't have any control over. They're like clouds in the sky. I believe Byron Katie equated them to that. I thought that was a very apt analogy. They're like clouds in the sky, brought on by the wind or whatever. You have no control. You could be having a really great day, and a smell can bring a thought, or something can bring a thought, totally not because you wanted it, it's just there. But then what do you do with the thought? What do you do with that thought? And it's what you do with the thoughts that cross your brain, your mind, whatever. I guess what I'm trying to say is your mind has some say in the matter of whether or not you want to think about something that crosses your brain. Your brain, it'll cross your head. It'll appear in your brain. Your mind is the intellect. Your mind is the one that makes the decision. Well, is this worth my time thinking about this, or is this bullshit? That's kind of the difference, I guess. A layman's Nobody, no doctor here, no nothing trying to explain it. Anyway, back to the point. Depression is a condition. You can walk around and not be sad and have depression. Other things that you might experience having depression besides sadness or instead of sadness, you might have a hard time reading a whole book. You might have a hard time concentrating at your job, or on anything in particular for any length of time. It might be hard to watch a movie. It might be hard to watch, a TV show. You might find yourself really, really, really frustrated driving your car because slow people drive you even more crazy than usual. Or long lines. You might want to just rip your hair out standing in long lines because you have very little patience. You might find that your temper, you're quicker to have anger and frustration than you were before. Little things bother you. You might find that you're tired a lot because you're not really sleeping all the time. You wake up a lot in the middle of the night. You might just obsessing on little things that shouldn't really be big, but to you they're really big, huge things. But you tell somebody else, oh my gosh, this horrible thing happened. They're going to look at you like, what? Why are you freaking out about so what? That's how it was for me. I had a problem with perspective. I had a hard time with moving on. I tend to obsess on something that really bothers me and recycle bad thoughts, negative thoughts. And back to the subject of choosing what thoughts you want to pick. It's those thoughts that drive your emotions. You can be a slave to your thoughts, literally. Your thoughts can ruin your life depending on what thoughts you choose to attach to. You can attach to a thought that says, nobody likes me. I'm not lovable. I can't have friends. I don't know how to make friends. I'm worthless. You can attach to thoughts like that, and you can believe those thoughts. And it doesn't matter what other people think of you, because you think this. You're putting that out there, and you're going to read what you think in the actions of other people. It's going to come back to you. It's going to be like a mirror coming back to you, affirming to you what your thoughts are that you're attaching to. Or you can attach to the good thoughts, the ones that say, I'm okay. I'm a good person. I have value. I have value. I mean, all the positive thoughts. Byron Katie really brings home the whole exercise of questioning your thoughts when they hit you, asking, is that true? I'm feeling really sad right now. Why am I feeling sad? Well, shoot, I'm here in this room and nobody is even noticing me. It's like I'm totally invisible. Nobody cares. Nobody, I'm like less than everybody. I could drop dead right now and nobody would even care. Stop. Question. Is that true? Do I really know that this is true? What is this doing to me right now, thinking these kind of thoughts? How is it making me feel inside, thinking these thoughts? Is it making me distance myself from everybody else? Is it making me look sad so nobody wants to come and talk to me? Is it making me feel sad? Am I feeling miserable? Am I having a really crappy time when I could be having a wonderful time? And what is making me this way but my thoughts that I have chosen to believe and react to like they're real, and they're really not. They're all crap that I've just conjured in my head. I've made up. I've imagined. This must be the way it is, when really there could be a number of explanations. Maybe somebody else in the room people haven't seen this person for a long time, or maybe they're just extra interesting, but that doesn't mean you're worthless. It just means maybe they just have a better knack of talking, or they're funny or something, and people are in the mood for that kind of a person right now. It has nothing to do with your value, how people react to others, and what people think about you. It has absolutely nothing to do with your value. So anyway, this kind of went off track, but I guess the point is, depression is a condition, And it is a chemical imbalance, and it can be fixed by medication and therapy. But really, the biggest thing is thoughts. You know, sadness is also controlled by thoughts. But sadness doesn't necessarily mean that you're depressed. Sadness is a natural thing. Depression is an illness, a condition. And what drives it more than anything, I think, are what I let stick in my head and think about and bother me, that I can't fix. The things that I can't control, but I want to control. I want to make it better. I want to fix the world around me so that I could have temporary happiness and feel a little bit better for a little while. You know, that's not the way it works. What works is feeling better on the inside, changing how I think, changing what I attach to, what thoughts I attach to, what I let myself believe, and what I say, that's crap. I don't know that's true. You know, that's just a theory. I have a theory that people don't like me, or I have a theory that I don't have any worth. It's just a theory. Why am I getting upset over it? So anyway, this is a really long message, but I felt like talking again today, so there you go. I don't know if it helps anybody, but sometimes it helps me just talking about stuff like this, so the end!